1. If Rachel Cooper had known that directing the school drama would lead to so much actual drama, she would have passed on the entire experience. But since directing a play was written into her yearly teaching contract, she wasn't exactly allowed that option. Still, she liked to think that with a hint of foresight, she might have saved herself the grief and opted out. After her idyllic summer road trip, she was not emotionally prepared for the jarring experience of diving full force back into her life. Although she'd put off coming home as long as possible, she could no longer delay the inevitable. The start of a new school year loomed close on the horizon, bringing in its train a full juggernaut of responsibilities. At least she had friends to help share the load. Lynn fanned herself with a Stu's diner menu and scanned the room for their server. They had Clark this time, the cute new waiter with dimples and an unstoppable cowlick. "Have you chosen a play yet?" she asked. "No," Rachel frowned at her friend. "I've been putting it off until school starts, and I know how many kids actually want to try out. There's no use letting it be A Christmas Carol all over again." She sighed, remembering the time she'd chosen a classic but cumbersome script with more parts than available players. Even with doubling, she'd been forced to coerce unwilling students into joining the cast. A few good-spirited faculty members had also been pressed into service, making cameo appearances just to help her out. "Never again," Rachel intoned sagely, blowing steam from the surface of her coffee. Next to Lynn, Anne grunted and rolled her eyes in memory of the A Christmas Carol incident. As Rachel's sister, ex-roommate, and closest confidant, Anne wasn't afforded the luxury of forgetting. Lynn continued to fan herself. "What's up with this place today?" Rachel glanced around the diner, seeing the same brick walls, messy chalkboard announcements, and harried waitstaff as always. "What do you mean?" "It's about 1,000,000 degrees in here." Lynn downed several gulps of ice water. "It's even too hot for coffee." Rachel raised an index finger. "First of all, it's never too hot for coffee. Second, it's not even that bad." She paused. "Although it is hot outside." Anne nodded. "I love my job, but I really do hate this time of year." August and September, typically the hottest months in Florida's subtropical climate, made Anne's outdoor work as a horse trainer somewhat more challenging than usual. "I'll drink to that." Rachel clinked her coffee mug against her sister's unraised glass of sweet tea. "I don't think I'll ever be ready for tomorrow." Lynn wiped some perspiration from her upper lip and took another drink of water. Anne refilled Lynn's glass. "Don't be so dramatic. This is probably your 100th first day of school." "That's a bit of an exaggeration. But at any rate, it doesn't get any easier." Anne snorted. Rachel leveled a narrow gaze across the table at her sister. "What?" "First days are the easiest days by far." "And you know this because of your vast teaching experience?" Anne rolled her eyes. "No, but I was a student once too. I had plenty of first days of my own. Everybody had new books and pencils and lots of paper. The teachers were shiny and well-dressed, and nobody misbehaved on the first day. At least, not that I recall." Anne had a point. Rachel chose to ignore it. "Here comes Clark," she told Lynn. "You can ask him if the air conditioner is broken." Although, clearly, it wasn't. Clark placed 3 plates on the table without needing to be reminded of who ordered what, his ready smile bracketed by twin dimples deep enough to sink an index finger into up to the first knuckle. Not that Rachel ever imagined doing that.